Now straight away come to, and this is a very interesting section of how to talk to a borderline patient, which requires both head and heart. So you have to have very authentic emotions and you have to have skills. If you just operate from the level of skills, no way. If you just go from the level of the heart, still some way. But the best combination is to both have a head and a heart. So these are like few very basic points. I don't claim, I'm just adding this note of caution that I don't really claim that, that after going through this you'll be really able to talk to a borderline, but you'll be able to rethink and have some better thoughts on how to talk to a borderline. That's what I mean. Because at times it takes long time to talk to a borderline. Right. So the first rule is that empathize with the vulnerability and pain, but not with the aggression. Now, that's a very tricky thing. Generally what happens is that if we see someone in rage, someone simmering, howling, shouting, we'll also get in rage and say, oh, damn, you have to stop. You are a horrible person, I am not going to hear to you. You are a bad person, just shut up and sit in the corner. So someone who is suffering from pain even feels all the more enraged that, oh, I had so much of pain and rage and I'm being, told to shut up, and that really blows into a very intense emotional encounter. So the rule here is that you would always empathize with the vulnerability and the pain, but not with the aggression. So I actually said this to one patient that, and I had to say it on many occasions, that I can sense how painful it is for you, and the only way you know how to deal with and express your pain is simply by cutting yourself. However, you cannot be allowed to cut yourself because, that really is not, that threatens your survival, and we need to think of alternate ways to deal with your pain. So always empathize with the vulnerability, but not with the aggression or the rage. That's the first rule with them. Second is that bond with some aspect of the person that has some value and relevance, and that should be real. Never ever make any kind of a fake comment or go up to any kind of a fake thing. So when you are with this person, just try and see that whether they have something which you like, whether they have something which you value, and if you could just hold on and highlight it for them. So I told this one to a patient of mine that even though your life is very dysfunctional as it could get, but you have been a great musical collector, and I was very amazed by that. That this person was a very great music collector and had a lot of old records, audio tapes, very well stacked and preserved. So I would time and again say to that person that I really feel if you can function so well in one area and in one segment of your life, you have the potential and you can do it in other segments of your life as well. So it's very important, because if you don't do that, if you don't identify with that, then it's very hard to work with these people, because there's so much of emotional turmoil, and when you are working with them, there's so much of emotional turmoil that you are going through that you just can't hold on to it. So if you see something good and if you identify with that, then you can hold it for yourself, hold it for them, you can highlight it, and then that things that actually starts blossoming themselves. Right. Third thing is that, as I said, that the borderline person would always split. They would see the world in black and white, they'll see you in black and white. Anyone who wants to go in a relationship with them or go into a very noble task of doing psychotherapy with them has to bear their aggression, has to bear these constant turmoils and splitting. That one day will be good, the other day will be bad. In the same session, first 15 minutes will be like very good, next 15 minutes will be the most horrible creature. It could be just like that. But it's very important to very attentively see these splits and keep on highlighting them for the person and making them curious about these splits, because they don't really understand. Borderline people, they don't understand. They actually feel that you are the one who's changing. They don't understand that when they have extreme emotions, it's their mind which changes your view. It's their mind that actually changes the way you are being viewed by them. So that is what you have to highlight. And generally, you could write it and repeat the same thing again and again, thousands of times, and then it may just start, maybe making some as Maitri would say, some neurotransmitter changes somewhere, so like that, in their brain, that simply saying, well, I am more or less the same person, and I really wonder how come at times you find me extremely warm and caring, while on the other occasions extremely cruel and depriving. At times in fact, you could say it in a very playful mood, oh my God, how could I change so much in 5 minutes? So that just gets them thinking, that they are doing something, rather than that you have done something. Fourth thing is the communication style. That is very important, and I tell this to all, the psychology students who come to me, because they are like, they are very enthusiastic, very fresh from the university. They have read interesting theories, textbooks, and they are, few of them are, laughing and smiling, sitting behind. So when they come, and they are talking to patients, they are actually, reciting poetry. The one sentence runs into 6 lines, usse kam ka nahi hoga, so, and it's such good vocabulary that, oh my God, I really feel that they should be like, poets than psychologists, So, but the thing is that borderline people, there's so much of emotional turmoil and emotional overflow, they can't understand your poetry. They would simply understand a baby talk actually, Baby talk, very simple, very precise, They understand more of a PowerPoint. Actually, and you could actually do this cognitive test also, that you could actually keep a thick book, with the very nice poetry and maybe a PowerPoint presentation and test. It'll actually make more sense of a PowerPoint, because there is so much of emotional turmoil. See, when we are reading something, attending to something, hearing something, we need to be calm, we need to attend, focus, concentrate, and we only attend and concentrate when we are in an inner calm state. If we are like, if there's so much emotional turmoil going on inside, we can't just attend, I mean, and it's very common, you have seen that, all of you who have suffered from examination anxiety, when you have examination anxiety, you can't write your paper, you can't read, you can't learn, it gets so intense. So the golden rule is that these people, they focus on words. They are actually focusing on bits, pieces, small things. Not at times a sentence also. So you should use very short, clear, crisp sentences, very simple sentences, leave aside your narcissism, that you are a very well-read person or you have very good vocabulary. They can be reserved for other people, but for borderlines, come down to a very basic level in your communication. So simple, crisp, clear, short sentences, and maybe one sentence at a time. Say one sentence, wait for the reaction, then say another sentence. Don't go in a dialogue. Dialogue is threatening for them. Right. Yeah, this is another very important thing. Usually what happens is that when we are hurt by someone, obviously we don't want to prepare them for confrontation. We simply want to hit. We simply want to hit and take revenge. Why the hell should we prepare them for confrontation? Why should we? It's, we also need gratification. We also need to feel good. So, but with borderlines, if you want to be with them, you have to prepare them for the slaughter. You have to prepare them for the onslaught. Otherwise, they would really go into a lot of rage, and that rage would obviously come back at you. So at times you are really not doing it for them, but you are doing it more so for your own self. So preparing them for confrontation means that you start saying and you highlight, that to what extent do you mean it personally or not. That should be very clearly highlighted before you say anything. So